We are honored to have you on board.
Thank you for this invitation. Can you hear me? I have a microphone. Can you hear me correctly?
Yes, I can hear you. Yeah.
Yes. Okay. Thank you.
How are you doing?
I am doing very well. I'm so excited and so grateful for this opportunity because that's my first interview in English as
Oh
I
my
speak
goodness,
French
it's a
and
pleasure.
Creole. Yes, so I'm so excited. And what about you?
I'm excited, So last year also we started our interviews with Miss World Queen. And before this edition also we are starting our interviews and you are the first one I'm
Yes.
interviewing. So it's my honor. I'm super excited.
Yes, me too.
How's the preparation going for Miss World and how excited are you for the competition?
So I am extremely grateful to compete at Miss World because that's a lifetime opportunity, I think.
Yeah.
Opportunity for Guadeloupe, a lifetime opportunity
Yeah.
for humanity, and a lifetime opportunity for myself. So concerning my preparation consists of essentially inner work that I do by myself, like meditation, yoga, I practice daily. I also work on inner memories, like negative memories from ancestors, from myself also. I took some catwalk classes and I have a coach for the talent. But essentially, my preparation is I prepare alone. Yes, because in Guadeloupe, we don't have many coaches, many sponsors, so we have to do it by ourselves.
We all know this thing that beauty with a purpose is the most important part for Miss World. So
Yes.
would you like to elaborate your beauty with a purpose project to everyone?
Yes, so my Beauty with a Purpose project is my life mission because before engaging in Miss World, I am a psychiatry student. I have studied medicine for 10 years now, and I am specializing in psychiatry since 2021. I have also written a book about human consciousness because that's a subject that fascinates me since a very young age. And I am also a spiritual teacher in
That's
Guadeloupe.
amazing.
So that's my life mission that I do like every day. And when they invited me to compete at Miss World Guadeloupe, I just transferred my life mission into my Beauty with a Purpose project. So my Beauty with a Purpose project is helping humanity heal thanks to the power of our consciousness. And for many years, I have shared free knowledge about mental health, about personal development on my account, my Instagram and my YouTube account.
Yeah.
I have also done some television chronicles about mental health, etc., to empower Guadeloupeans, but also all humanity, because my goal is to share my tools with every human being. And I have designed a teaching program for that I will present at Miss World that contains theory parts with like what is human consciousness, how can we live in this society to construct a more harmonious society, like respect the environment, respect animals, respect plants, etc. How can we communicate with others without violence? So I have techniques for non-violent communication. I have also techniques to learn to affirm ourselves, to respect our limits, respect our values, because during my studies, I have, by observing my patients, I was realizing that they were, we were not healing them like I wanted to help them. And I really realized that lifestyle changes that allow us to live healthily. So my program is a lifestyle teaching program to help humanity have a healthy lifestyle. And I have a practical tool, a practical part too, with tools like meditation, like I said before, like mindfulness meditation. I have also inner work meditations, like inner work on the inner child, inner work on transgenerational traumas, etc. And I share my program freely on my social media. Every Sunday, I organize a guided meditation for groups in French and in English. And I do teaching in schools, on televisions, everywhere. And at Miss World, I will present this program. And concerning the Sustainable Development Goals of the United Nations, I have realized that my program assessed at least directly 5 goals, like the goals 3 for promoting health and well-being on society, The goal 4 to promote correct quality education. The goal 5 to promote gender equality. The goal 15 to promote good life on land by respecting animals, plants, etc. And the goal 16 by helping develop a more peaceful and just society. So I'm very
Yes.
excited to share this project to the Miss World family and to humanity.
That's such an, I would say, holistic project, I would say. So it includes everything that a Miss World Queen should have, in her Beauty to the Purpose project. So that's such an
Yes,
amazing project. So
thank,
I think this
thank
project will
you.
go very far in the competition, very fast.
Thank you.
How pageantry come in your life and when you decided this thing that you want to join pageants.
Yes, so it started in 2019. I was at. It was very funny because at that time, I just started posting pictures on Instagram, and someone
Yeah.
saw my pictures in Guadeloupe and invited me to take part to a fashion show. But I had no experience in being a model or anything. So I accepted the invitation and I did the fashion show. And at the fashion show, there was a member of the Miss International Guadeloupe committee,
Okay.
and he saw me and he invited me to compete at Miss International Guadeloupe to go to Miss International. So I competed, but I had no experience at all. But I had always wanted to visit Japan because Miss International is in Japan. So I, I accepted the invitation and I was crowned Miss International Guadeloupe. And I went to Miss International in 2019 where I won the Miss International Photogenic title. And it was very interesting because it was my first reconnection with my feminine energy. Because at that time, I was almost a tomboy. I was very streetwear, yes. So I learned to walk in heels. I learned to do my makeup, etc. And it was a very transformative experience for me. Then I started my life mission after Miss International. I started my life mission. I started to discover some inner abilities that I had. And this year, I was invited also to compete to Miss Universe Guadeloupe in August. And at Miss Universe Guadeloupe, the national director, George Nardon, told me that my profile would fit better for Miss World because I have my beauty with a purpose project, my personality, etc. So he invited me to compete at Miss World Guadeloupe. And so I competed at Miss World Guadeloupe, and in November, I was crowned Miss World Guadeloupe. That's how I started my pageant adventures, and that's very coincidence, I think, because when I was younger,
Yeah.
I was never interested in engaging in pageantry. I was watching on television, but I was not portraying myself being a pageant myself. So that's kind of weird. The mental health cause on your
Yeah.
profile, and I would like
Yeah.
to know what made you choose that cause.
So I think I started that thing back in the lockdown when we all were stuck inside our houses during COVID-19.
Yes.
And at that time, we all were pissed off because we all were locked inside, and we all wanted to go outside, but we all were locked inside, unfortunately. And at the time,
Yes.
I was also suffering from my mental health issues because I was feeling anxious. I was feeling depressed. I really wanted to do lots of things, but I was not unable to do things. And at that time, I also got to know that many of my friends are also suffering. One day, one of my friends called me, and she was literally crying on the phone, and she was saying that I need help because at the
D'accord.
time we all were locked. And then I talked to her for, I would say, 2.5 hours on call. And I just didn't console her that, everything's going to be fine and this is life. And, life is going to
Yes.
be a roller coaster ride. So we have to be, very strong and confident in whichever situations we are. So from there, I started and I had this thing in my mind that I should start a page on
Okay.
Instagram.
And how did
From there,
you manage to handle your anxiety?
to be very honest, the answer is going to be quite funny and quite serious as well. The funny part is that I started eating lots of food,
Yes.
like my favorite food. My favorite food is whatever I'm having, whatever I want to have. If I want to have something spicy, then I instantly used to make spicy things for me. You know,
Okay.
because when you eat your favorite food, so it also releases the happier hormones in your body, right? So
Yes.
it helps you to tackle the depression and all those things. And the serious part was that I started the yoga thing, the
Oh, okay.
meditation, and I started generalizing my thoughts. I started reading novels, I started reading books, I started writing down my emotions. So in this way, it helped me a lot.
Okay, that's great because we have that thing in common. Because in my
Yeah.
project, I help people with anxiety, emotions, thanks to meditation and yoga. My social media, I am used to be an example for young generations because I have made some mistakes too because I am human. So sometimes I have learned to not really read negative comments, to not really answer to negative comments. I have learned to change my way of talking, etc. And I think that that experience would help me be a great Miss World.
That was amazing. And I can proudly say to you in Miss World that, hey, I was the first one to interview Miss World, the very Miss World.
Yes.
That's
And
the,
it will be a first time for Guadeloupe
yeah,
because we have never
winning.
won any Miss World crown.
And you know why I was excited for this live? Because Miss World is my favorite pageant, to be honest, Miss World and Mr. World. And when Miss World was in India this year, like sorry, last year, 2024, I was fortunate enough to watch Miss World live from the venue. So it was
Okay.
an amazing experience, to watch all the queens live. The opportunity to meet Julia Morley
Oh,
before the finals.
oh,
So it
great.
was an amazing experience. So that's why I always say this thing that Miss World and Mr. World are my favorite pageants. Which profession deserves the highest salary and why?
Oh, that's a very subjective question. I think that every profession is useful for humanity, and
Yeah.
I don't have the the capacity to give an answer because if I had to choose myself, I will give the same salary for every profession because every human being is useful for humanity.
Yeah, in their own way, we all are useful. So yeah, that's a
Yes.
100 out of 100 answer. But you said it's totally right because in my I would say zone I might be useful in my own way. In your zone you might be useful in your own way. Somehow we are giving something productive in our own ways.
Yes.
So yeah, everyone
Exactly.
deserves the highest.
Yes, I agree.
Who is your favorite Miss World winner and why?
Yes. So my favorite Miss World winner is Aishwarya Rai Bachchan because of her legacy
Yeah,
after winning Miss World. I think that she is an example in her career. Like she's a wonderful businesswoman.
yeah,
She's a wonderful mom. She's a wonderful wife. I think I am not in her marriage, but I think she looks like one. She's an amazing woman. She remained beautiful after those years, and also for all her humanitarian services to humanity, thanks
yeah.
to her charity. So that's really my example to like for pageant queen. That's my example. Yes.
Have any specific hobby like maybe cooking,
Yes.
playing, or reading? And if yes, so do you have any funny incident while performing that hobby? Like
First answer, I have many hobbies. I like drawing. Since a very young age, I was painting on canvas. I like writing too because I started writing my first book in kindergarten. And well, I don't think that's funny, but for the storytelling, I wrote a book last year, and it was also a coincidence because that's a publishing house that contacted me to write the book. So I find it really amazing, and I was really loving writing this book. I have also hobbies. Well, I already talked about it, but that's part of my hobbies too, like practicing meditation, yoga, and I don't know if I can say it live, but I think that's a funny story. But I don't know if people would be open to to hear this. But I promise to be authentic, so I will say authentic till the end. So
yeah,
concerning meditation, and I told you that I am a spiritual teacher. So during my sessions, I organized a spiritual retreat with women, lastly, and during a yoga session, we had a music, like I had a background music that I put on YouTube. And during the session, I communicate with higher beings, with my spirit guides, etc. And they told me to stop the music, but I was not confident in myself. I thought that was my own mind that was telling me to stop the music, so I didn't stop the music and I continued the practice. and the music stopped itself. So the music stopped itself without me to pause the music, and I was really in shock because that was my first time, and I was like, "What is happening? Is it normal or not?" And I was with my mother at that time, and she witnessed the same thing. And she had the same information too to stop the music, and they stopped the music for us. Well. So that I find this really shocking and funny also. I have also
Yeah.
a hobby that is to recharge in nature. I spend most of my time in nature, like around rivers or in the forest or at the beach,
Yeah.
because I like to reconnect with the energy of our environment in Guadeloupe.
Even I love nature. I love mountains. I love forests. And we have a state in India that is named as Uttarakhand. So I belong to that state, and that state is full of mountains, forests. And so I love being within the nature. So that heals my mind as well.
Oh, great.
And especially, while you're in the mountains, so the food that you have. Again, I'm a big foodie, so I will always talk about food. So the food that you have while being in the mountains, or I would say the other stuff that you have, it
Yes.
tastes even more better while you are having the food within the nature.
Yes, I agree. Yes. And what is your relationship with nature in India in general?
Like in general, like about the weather, or maybe as an individual.
Okay. Sorry, I don't understand.
So, like, are you asking about my individual take
No,
on this,
in
or in general?
general. Yes, in general.
In general, I would say that in India, the climate is like the climate within the nature is very holistic. I would say because in some parts it
Okay.
is quite colder, in some parts it's quite hotter, and in some parts it's moderate. The mix, I would say. So I
Okay.
belong to the northern part of India. So here the weather right now is quite cold. So in the hilly areas of India, that's like Uttarakhand and all. So we have full of mountains, full of forests. So the nature and the weather there is quite cold, but it is relaxing as well. It suits your
Okay.
mind, it suits your soul. And again, I would say that if you are really sad, if you are anxious, if you are depressed, you can just go to the mountains and live there for
Yes.
1 week.
Yes, I agree.
You will come back stronger and better.
Okay, that's great.
So, yeah, like India is a big country, so we have variations in weather and nature as well, like in every directions of India.
Okay.
So talking about India, again, I got this same question from one of my pattern pages. So Miss World is rumored to be in India again this year. So if it happens, so how excited are you that Miss World would be in India?
I will be very excited because that's a culture I've always wanted to know. I like your. I know that you have many different traditions in India, but I'm very curious about your spirituality, your relationship with your divinities. Also, I am also excited to reconnect with some roots because in Guadeloupe we have Indian ancestors too. We have ancestors from Africa, from America, and from India. So it will be a great opportunity to showcase this part of our ancestors to our Indian community here in Guadeloupe too.
That would be amazing. And again, if it happens, like we all are praying that Miss World would be in India again this year. So if it happens, I will surely try my best to meet you all like in person, like I did
Yes,
last year.
but that's
That
funny
would be
that
amazing.
you. That's really interesting that you ask this question because like 2 days ago I had a dream that Miss World will be held in India. Yes, that's weird.
That's amazing. And I'm praying that it will happen in India again so that I can watch Miss World again live.
Yes. So I will be able
And
to meet you in person.
that would be amazing. And if it happens again, so last year, but when it happened, so I had some very close friends from the pageant, like Miss World Finland. She is still very close friend of mine. Miss World Thailand, Karina Bottas, like she was a fabulous queen that last year. So I bought lots of Indian sweets for them when they arrived in Delhi. Because I promised them that when you will be in India and when you will be in Delhi for the competition,
Yes.
I would show you all the Indian hospitality. I would show you all the culture. I would show you all what India has to offer to you all. So it was an amazing experience. And if it happens again this year, it would be my honor.
Wow, you're a very generous person. That's really great.
Like I just love, being around the pageant people.
Yes.
So we have one last question for you before we end this live. So the question is, I think you must have heard this question, and again, being a pageant queen, you know this question. So why you should be the next Miss World? If you have to answer this question.
So I think my answer will be very long because I have many arguments. The first one is the service to humanity
Yeah.
because I have in social tools like tools to achieve inner work, to free from ancestral trauma. And I think that my tools can help create a foundation for a better society. And
Yeah.
Miss World will be an excellent opportunity to share these tools to every human being because that's my goal. So that's the first argument. The second argument is to help heal and prevent diseases because these tools can help prevent diseases, they can help prevent wars, they can help prevent violence, etc. The third argument is to showcase our Guadeloupean excellence because it will be the first time ever that Guadeloupe will win this international pageant. And I think that all people deserve to win because we are suffering there. We have suffered before and we are still suffering from difficult conditions. And I would like to put some love in our hearts because I think that we deserve to feel that sensation too, to be proud of an international winner.
Yeah.
The other argument is that I think that I have something to bring to the Miss World organization because you talked about the Miss World legacy to humanity, and I totally agree with you. And I think that I can contribute to this legacy by sharing these tools because I have created a teaching program and I have created a mean to share this program to every country. I have created a teaching manual for children, for adults, for old people, and I want to share. I want to offer this manual to the Miss World organization so that they could share this manual with every country, with their partners, with the other charities that they are already working with. And I think that this collaboration will be mutual because Miss World organization will help me to gain more experience by doing many travels because as a psychiatrist, it's really important to have a general culture, to know more about other cultures because the diagnosis can differ concerning the country. So that's really important for me to learn about other cultures. And they can help me with my charity program too, because that's something I do alone for now. And the Miss World organization is a team, so they could help me structure my program, structure my life mission because I just I just do things when I feel like I have to do them, but that's not really structured. But I have my book and my teaching program, but I think that they can bring me the last structure I need to be more grounded on the physical realm. To ground my life mission on the physical realm, yes. And the other argument is representation, because I will be the first ever Miss World with kinky hair. And I think that representation is very important for young generations, especially for Black girls, because in beauty pageant, most of Black women wear their hair straight, or wear wigs. And I want to show that we can do many hairstyles with our hair. Today I have my natural texture, but I can also do buns, I can do curls with a curling iron, I can straight them too, I can wear braids, I can wear dreadlocks, etc. And I find this really amazing, and I would like to be this example for our young generation. It will be the first time ever in the Miss World history. It will be the first time ever to have a Miss World that is interested in human consciousness, because I think that in beauty pageant, most of beauty pageant are very superficial. They consist of external beauty and some causes too, but I don't, sometimes, like you said, I don't feel like they are authentic with their causes. I don't feel like they live for their causes. And I think that I will be a great example of what it's like to live for a purpose and to live to serve humanity. And the other argument, sorry, I told you that it was going to be long, but the other argument is that I advocate for unity, like unity across cultures, across genders, across ages, and because we are all human, we have all our human consciousness, and I think that everyone could be touched by my Beauty with a Purpose project. And I find this really amazing because my project, I forgot to tell you, but my project is a worldwide project. So that's my argument. And the other argument is to to heal my inner child too, to heal my inner child because I, as a medicine student, we don't really learn to enjoy our life. We are always working. So having a year of seizure as Miss World would be a great opportunity for me to let go and to just enjoy my life while fulfilling my life mission.
That's such a strong answer, I would say. And if this
Yes.
was the final question, and if this was the final answer, you would have easily won the Miss World crown. Like,
Thank
you
you.
would have easily got the Miss World crown because this was such a strong answer. And I just wish that, in real time when the Q&A part would happen, your answers are going to be more stronger or even same like this because this was such a strong answer, I would say. Like, I
Yes, but I
really
think it's
loved
too
it.
long. I think it's too long. Maybe
Maybe,
we had
yeah, maybe
have the
maybe you
time
can
limit.
use this answer. Maybe you can use this answer in the debating round because last year there was a debate round at Miss World.
Okay.
So you can have this answer in your debating round. Like why you should be the next Miss World. You can just put your argument in front of the honor in Julia Morgan that you should crown me at any cost.
Yes.
That would be amazing. And I love your hairstyle, to be honest. Like this is
Thank
suiting you
you.
really well. And I saw the same comment regarding your hairstyle that people are loving this hairstyle on you.
Thank you.
Yeah, this is amazing. So before we end this live, we have one last segment, and this is what if you win. So what I'm going to do right now, I will announce that Miss World 2025 is Guadeloupe, and you have to give your winning reaction.
Okay.
That how would you react if you win Miss World this year? Maybe this you can count as a practice session for your winning
Yes,
reaction.
but I practice like that. I do visualization when I visualize winning. Yes.
So even I do because I also want to participate in pageantry like in coming time. I also want to represent India in pageants. So even I also imagine my winning reaction that how I will react.
Yes.
So one
That's
time
a
I
great
react,
exercise.
I will faint on stage if I win.
I think I will cry, but we will see.
So let's do this. Let me know this thing that Miss World 2025 is Guadeloupe, and you have to give a winning reaction. Let's do it,
Okay.
ladies and gentlemen. The winner of Miss World 2025 is Guadeloupe. Woo!
Thank you.
I hope you
Yeah,
won't
it's
cry on
an
stage.
amazing feeling. Sorry?
Sorry, your voice is breaking.
Sorry, I
I can hear
didn't.
you.
I can't hear you.
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Okay. So I was just saying that I hope you won't cry on stage, and it would be amazing to have you as the next Miss World.
Thank you. Thank you so much for inviting me for this first interview in English. I will do better next time. But
You did
I'm
super
very happy.
amazing. You did super amazing. Even in the comment section, people were saying that she's speaking English very well, and
Oh,
she's giving an amazing
okay.
interview.
Thank you.
People were
Thank
saying
you.
this thing. Yeah. So I hope that you will have a fantastic day ahead, and thank you so much again for this opportunity. I just hope that we will see you in India for Miss World if it happens in India.
We will see.
Yeah, we will see.
Thank you.
So thank
And
you so much for this opportunity and have a good day.
thank you. Have a great night. You are going to sleep now?
Maybe probably we will have our dinner right now.
Okay. Bye
All right, have a good day.
bye. Have
Bye.
a